I will be your hero, baby. What?
Keep going.
Jake got real excited.
You interrupted him?
Yeah, I was right in the middle of bettering.
Stopped.
Let me better.
You have to say the word Baconsale before the music's over.
Please don't take my Baconsale away. Oh, perfect.
That was good timing.
That was perfect timing.
Well done.
Thank you. I don't know why I did that. We did invent a game on the way up here.
Well, it's a lunch game.
It's a lunch game.
It's a lunch game.
No big deal.
Which was just invented.
Where we sing 90s songs as Eddie Vedder.
Yeah. Or it started as 90 songs, but then it turned into kind of just vettering any song we could think of.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm wanting to change it into a game where we read off the current news in the voice of Eddie Vedder to melodies by Eddie Vedder.
GOP debates are last night.
Go on.
Wait, I just did Eddie Vedder singing Hero.
About the GOP
About the GOP debates. That's serious bettering right there.
So do you wanna be my lover? That's
I do not.
That's Spice Girls Wannabe.
Oh.
To the tune of that one song, Last Kiss.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Old school.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. Hey, guys, welcome to Baconsale.
Honestly, this could go on for a while. I think it's pretty fun.
I'm Joel.
Yeah, I'm Kent.
And Jacob.
And I'm kind of tired.
That's fine.
And I asked if we didn't have to record today about 4 times. But you guys said I had to.
It needs to be done.
Well, we did give you an out to begin with, but you hesitated, and then it was
that
gone.
was your problem.
Because I fell asleep for a little bit. Now he has to podcast.
With your eyes open.
So, today on Baconsale, we are doing part 2 of the hero bracket.
Yay!
And possibly the conclusion.
Yeah, we don't know. Like, considering how last time we didn't know how long it was going to go, and then we decided, okay. We got to a certain point and said, okay, we could make a good stopping point here. We're right about time where we should be. It was a shorter show.
It was, by 50 minutes, which isn't short at all, but,
Yeah, but those that, are doing like an hour commute or something like that are like,
I want more Baconsale.
More Baconsale.
Well, we finished the first round last time, but now we've got 4 more rounds and a finale. So we're going to see how far we can
we got through 1 round?
1 round.
And we plan to get through 4?
They're shorter rounds. Last time we had
shorter.
like 50 people to get through.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we have...
So they cut by half each time.
25.
And I'll try not to be as difficult.
I did math.
That's silly.
I know. Way to go.
I just did math.
Hold on. Did you get it right?
Half of 50 is 25. I sure hope so.
Wait, that was your math? You can't brag about that.
I did it on the fly, so I'm going to brag.
Okay, you're right. You are a writer, not really a analytical mind at all. Sorry, Joel.
That's a little broader than I think he wanted, but...
I'm a little punchy. I may get mean.
You may.
Because I'm a little tired.
So it's going to be like a normal show.
Like, you're worried that I may become Kenny D.
I am. Because here on Baconsale, you're Kent. And
sure.
You have a certain persona. Having listened to Radio Ronin, your other podcast on the Podgoblin Network, you're Kenny D on that show. I think you're a little bit different.
Can you sense a clear difference?
I can.
Really?
I believe I can.
So besides, like, me being, saying some dirty words sometimes, and not all over the place, but is there a difference in attitude or anything? Because I feel like I'm still just as punchy on this show.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm going to have to listen to Radio Ronin a little bit more to get a
Maybe you should. I don't know. I like your respect.
You like my respect, or you'd like my respect?
I would like your respect.
I like your respect, Joel.
So, Jake, are we doing this?
We are so doing this. It's going to be great. All right.
Hello.
What?
What are you doing?
I don't know. My mic just sounds weird to me, so I was trying the other side.
Oh, it's kind of weird.
Oh, that's totally right.
You were like big spooning it over there.
It's like a...
Family friendly?
Yeah.
Kenny D, calm down. Calm down, Kenny D.
All right, let's get started.
Let's get started.
As you know, last time Jacob would present 2 different heroes, and then Kent and I would debate over which one would, in a fight to the death, in a cage match to the death, who would advance.
For example, like Merlin and Harry Potter.
Last time we did a Merlin and Harry Potter.
And Merlin won.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy battle.
Yeah, no.
And in the end, I think it was an accidental kill.
But still a kill.
Yes, it was still a kill.
We told one of our geeky co-workers about this, and he scoffed and said, of course, Merlin.
Yeah.
Greatest wizard of all time. What a joke.
So I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. So if Kent and I agree, it's an automatic move on. If Kent and I disagree, Jacob will step in and be the judge and decide who wins.
Yes, you guys will have to convince me. And both of these guys are a bit more educated than myself as far as their skills and talents and history of these guys.
You don't have to put that caveat on there. You can just say more educated. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
thank you,
definitely
Jake.
going to put a caveat in.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jake.
All right. Well, our first roundup is going to be.
I'm ready.
Well, this is the result of. Should we give the results of how it got to this place? Because before it was Legolas versus Arrow, and Legolas won.
Okay.
So that leaves us with Legolas against a new contender, who is Cyclops from X-Men.
So Legolas, the archer,
Cyclops.
versus Cyclops, who has laser eyes.
Laser eyes, X-Men, but it's just a regular dude with laser eyes versus Legolas.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one to Legolas.
Yeah? How so?
Well, because Legolas has arrows.
Okay.
Those red glowing eyes are a target. How easy would it be for Legolas to just 2 arrows in the eyes, and Cyclops is now just whining Scott Summers?
Well, actually, all he has to do is knock off that little mask thing.
Oh, and then he'll do that. No!
Yep.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Didn't that happen like every time?
Let's go, bub. Tornado claw.
What?
It's
Tornado
Marvel versus Capcom. He says that whenever he does that move.
Okay. See, no, Joel has a point. I mean, he could shoot an arrow into his eyes, but guess what? Cyclops, he cares about people, which is why he wears the protective glasses, so he can control his powers. If that thing's knocked off, everyone's dead. I mean, he could just do this. Even if an eye got shot out, he is just shooting lasers all over the place. Thus, Legolas would be dead, trying to kill Cyclops.
True. But here's the deal. He knocks off the glasses. Cyclops goes into his full, oh, my eyes, and starts shooting everywhere. He turns his back to Legolas. Legolas gets 3 arrows to the back of the head, still dead.
This is tough.
And, you know, I really think that you can dodge an arrow because it's an arrow. It's like, if it hits you, great, target hit. Cyclops has a full-on laser beam. It's a beam that he could just move around wherever he wants. And basically, he doesn't have to be a very good aim to take out Legolas.
He doesn't, but Legolas is a very good aim.
He is a very good aim.
Probably the best aim.
So, like, mayhem versus, precision.
Yeah, that's tough.
All right. Jacob, it's up to you.
I'm going to have to go Legolas on this one.
All right. Well done. Well done.
All right.
I think Legolas is going to be able to dodge it.
Have an advantage over tired Kent.
Wait, okay, round 1.
All right.
I mean, round 2.
Round 1.
No, this next one.
The round 1 of round 2. Legolas advances.
All right, we'll see if Kent uses the same argument this time as he did last time.
All right.
But I'm thinking that Ripley's in trouble.
Ripley took out Sarah Connor
Ripley could
She
answer
did.
Connor
in the
before.
last show.
In the last show. This
And
time
now?
she's up against the Flash.
Ripley versus the Flash. Well, Ripley does not have superpowers, and the Flash does. So Ripley may sit there and yell at her and say, yell obscenities and say, "Get away from me!" But then she's going to get punched in the back of the head and the front of the head simultaneously, fall to the ground. Flash ends it.
The thing we don't realize is that by the time that Alien Resurrection happens, Ripley is part android and alien herself. And so she could control her army of facehuggers. And by the way, the Flash's only weakness, really, is that his face is open right for a facehugger. So she could just shoot out all these facehuggers.
Those facehuggers.
The mother alien, she could control her and say, send the facehuggers. That's where, I mean, I could totally picture Flash.
I thought you were going to go much more simple in this.
No.
I thought you were going to go,
Starting to find
Ripley
an argument
dies,
there.
yes, but then the alien pops out of her chest.
No, yeah, so Ripley might die, but then Flash will eventually die because there will be an alien out of his chest.
But that's
a very
not because
fast
of Ripley,
alien.
that's because of the alien.
Yeah, but she can control them. They're her tools.
I don't think
after
I've
she's
even
dead.
seen that one where she's in control of the face.
She's not really in control, but one of them's like, Mother. It's weird. You saw it 4, right? With Sigourney Weaver?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's not very good.
They all mesh together after Aliens.
Yeah.
After Alien, it's like Aliens and then all the other ones.
Well, there's the boring Alien 3, which she's in the prison.
Great video game, though. That was a fun
Was
video
it?
game. Yeah, on Sega Genesis.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Alien 4, she comes back because she dies in 3, comes back in this weird mutant alien hybrid, calls her mother. It's weird.
All right,
It is weird.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Flash.
Yeah, me too. I'm just trying to argue for Ripley.
I'm really glad that you gave an argument.
You gave a good effort.
Because I do think the Flash would actually have to fight if there was an army of facehuggers.
I just think it's nice that Joel goes for the easy ones every time. Just try and help out the underdogs.
I just like to emulate Kent's dating life. Hey-o!
Man.
I'm too tired to deal with this.
All right, this one is a result of Yoda versus Dumbledore,
Right.
where
But Yoda creamed him.
where
Yoda
Yoda
advanced,
took advantage of that old man, right? So
Whoa, take it easy.
now Yoda's got a new challenge, and this is going to be a little bit more difficult. He has leveled up to Gandalf.
Ooh, Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White?
That's a good question.
It's Gandalf.
One in the same?
It's Gandalf the White because we're going to go.
Maybe he has like 2 lives, so it's like you kill him and then he comes back
Yeah.
as Gandalf the White. And,
And that's what I picture happening.
It should really be the character at their peak. So Yoda at his peak,
And Gandalf at his peak.
Wow. I'm going to go with Gandalf on this one. Because, yes, I think Yoda takes out Gandalf the Gray, but I think Gandalf the White comes back, and Yoda just kind of quits. He's like, oh, I'm just going to become a wandering spirit anyways. And that's it. Just, yeah.
I'm going to go with Yoda. I mean, lightsaber. I mean, seriously, what is Gandalf going to do in that cage? Is a little moth going to come in? He's going to whisper to it. And then the eagles are going to come down and try and lift up the cage?
So you're actually going with Gandalf the Gray powers. Gandalf the White is far more powerful.
Yeah, he can make really bright lights when he charges on his white horse.
Yeah, he's got Shadowfax, and he can blind Yoda, and he basically has the Force.
Yoda,
and then the Hux can come and tear Yoda's body apart.
Okay, you're trying to tell me that...
No, the Hux would be at his disposal.
You're trying to tell me that blindness is going to affect a Jedi Master?
Yoda is 984 years old, so it already is.
Part of the training is doing that little mask thing over your head and,
That's true.
Is that canon or Star Wars legend?
No, that's what he does to Luke. And then the younglings are doing it in
the younglings.
Oh.
No, I think this is Gandalf. I think he is killed once, but because he's able to come back, he comes back stronger and he knows Yoda's tricks.
If Christopher Lee can take down Gandalf,
he took down Gandalf the Grey.
But
I think that's what you're missing. This is a two-part battle.
Let me finish.
Sure.
Here. So Christopher Lee versus Gandalf. Christopher Lee wins. Christopher Lee versus Yoda. Christopher Lee ran off with his tail between his legs in Attack of the Clones.
It was an awesome fight.
It was an awesome fight. But
yeah, I got you to say it.
No, that wasn't the. That's not they.
Yes, it was in Star Wars Episode 2,
It was.
Attack of the Clones. I'm just happy that happened. I think I deserve
That was the
win.
better one though, because then when they do the
Gandalf the White
bouncy
wins.
fight against Emperor Palpatine isn't as good. But Yoda has a lightsaber. Yoda has the Force. He'll sit there and spin Gandalf around and then throw him up in the air and then lightsaber his staff. Boom.
Nah.
Yoda.
Gandalf the White.
I'm going Gandalf.
Yeah.
I figured you would. You always go.
Oh my gosh, you won the list too.
All right.
I'll try not to clap on the podcast anymore. Yeah.
Ow.
Sorry, everyone.
Although that is one of the ones where I'm like, I could be wrong, but that's just kind of the way.
Yeah, no, not could be. You are.
Go Gandalf.
I mean, like,
Gandalf.
if the fight surprised me, I guess.
Sam.
And by the way, Gandalf doesn't hide. He wanders the earth even when there's evil lurking. Yoda hides in the Dagobah system.
He hides to save.
He hid. He's a coward.
No, what would have happened if he would have stuck around? Luke would have not been able to train with anybody.
He would have got killed.
He would have got killed, and Luke wouldn't have been able to save everyone.
Thanks for telling me the story, I guess. Doesn't mean Yoda's any more
A long
brave.
time ago, in a galaxy far, far
Thank
away.
you. Okay, moving on.
All right, here's the next
The
matchup.
Galactic Senate had a lot of meetings.
All right, this is the result of Harry Potter and Merlin, where Merlin advanced.
Right?
And now Merlin has to take on Professor X.
Oh.
That's good. So apparently, the best wizard of all time, better than the Sorcerer Supreme, which is great at Crownburger, by the way, against Professor X. You know, in the cartoon, Professor X
You
is
had a lot of descriptions for Merlin, and then it was like, and Professor X.
And we all know him. Yeah.
and Professor X in the cartoon. He's pretty whiny.
A bald paralytic.
Scott.
But I mean, it's Captain Picard. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Professor X. I mean, he's able to come back from the dead with no explanation whatsoever.
And become a different person, and then
Exactly.
go back to his actual self.
Exactly.
That is impressive.
Thank you, continuity in the X-Men films.
He's kind of like Jean Grey, like a diet Jean Grey, because he can still do much of the same powers, just not become the Phoenix.
Diet or more controlled? Because I feel like he...
Okay, more controlled.
Yeah, he's more
She's a loose
restrained.
cannon.
Yeah. He's basically light, or Phoenix is like the fire everywhere, and he's like the concentrated blowtorch.
But could he enter the mind of Merlin? Because I think Merlin is kind of a crazy old man.
Crazy old man.
And is there a mind there to be controlled?
I think there has to be.
Yeah?
I'm going to go with Professor X.
I'm going with Professor X as well.
To Professor X.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, can't argue with that then. The result of Han Solo versus Indiana Jones.
Right?
The new contender that Indiana has to take on is Wolverine.
Oh, why would you do this?
Don't put...
They're both great.
Don't
look
put
like-
Indiana Jones in the cage with Wolverine.
Indiana's in some trouble, I think.
Because Indiana can shoot. We proved that in the last show. Wolverine can,
He's not too effective.
he can get shot and be fine. Oh,
Yeah.
man. I'm
No.
trying to think of a way Indiana could win this.
There's no way
Maybe
Indiana
there's a
could win
religious
this.
artifact that could help him win.
He walks up to Wolverine, Maham Shaba, Maham Shaba, Maham Shaba.
And take his heart?
Oh, actually, no, Maham
But
Shaba.
through an adamantium
I
chest?
apologize, all you nerds out there. Mahumshabah was the resistance. He was screaming. The Kalima.
It's Kalima.
Is the one he was going into the heart. And no, he couldn't go through the adamantium chest. Although, how did they go through bone in the first place?
I think that Indiana Jones is going to find the sling from David. He's going to find David's sling, and he's going to find rock made out of adamantium or vibranium, and he's going to send it into the temple of Wolverine. No, Wolverine's going to win. This is clear.
Wolverine's going to win.
Yeah,
That was a good episode.
Sorry, Indiana.
He's going to try to whip him. He's going to be like, "Shing! Nice try, bub." And then stab. Face-melting death.
Yep, lots of stabbing.
Yeah, Indiana has the Ark of the Covenant. He can just be like, "Hey guys,"
he has
close his eyes. Hey, look at this box.
I think it's one thing to bring his whip and his gun to the fight when you're bringing in
the Ark of the Covenant. No, that's got to be a weapon, right?
No, it's not a weapon. He didn't use it as a weapon. He just let the weapon happen.
Yeah. Really, Indiana's role in Raiders of the Lost Ark was pretty pointless.
If
he didn't stop them from taking it to Hitler would have died.
Yeah.
So I really think that Indiana's responsible for the Holocaust.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's the takeaway, honestly.
that's sad.
Should we move on?
Yes, we should.
All right, next matchup is the result of Green Lantern versus Silver Surfer, where Green Lantern was victorious by you guys. So,
and now who he's up against?
he is now facing Spider-Man.
Ooh.
Green Lantern versus Spider-Man.
Spider-Man has Spidey sense.
He does, and so he could do a lot of dodging.
Mm-hmm. He's got good one-liners.
That's also a very powerful tool. And
Ryan Reynolds will never see it coming.
The Ring of Power. It's once again a shame that Spider-Man doesn't have any yellow on his outfit, because that would take the Green Lantern down.
It's true. You know, Spider-Man has better foes. Like, his Rogues Gallery is awesome, and he's been able to survive that.
True.
But none of them are really cosmic. Like, I don't think, except for Venom.
And even then, he's cosmic come to Earth.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right,
it's Green Lantern. It is Green Lantern. Spider-Man's not ready for it.
I think it's Spider-Man.
How?
I think Spider-Man is going to web him up and take his ring off, or just web his ring off. And without the ring, Spider-Man's going to dominate the Green Lantern.
Dude, all Green Lantern has to do is just make this giant glowing eagle or a crow that eats spiders. And, you know, because, of course, he has to do something ironic like that and pick the webs apart and that sort of thing. And it would eat Spider-Man.
He could, but
fly into the sky. Spider-Man. Spider-Man is chomp.
No, all it takes is one, and the ring back to Peter Parker. Peter Parker puts on the ring. Boom. Green Spider-Man.
You can't just take the ring off. It's actually sealed to you.
Spider-Man could.
Unless you take it off, because it's attracted to you because of your strength of will.
Well, Spider-Man's pretty attractive.
In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight.
Quote Ryan Reynolds in this podcast.
That's not Ryan Reynolds.
It is.
It's
Ryan
the
Reynolds.
oath.
It is the oath, but it's also Ryan Reynolds.
Let all who worship evil's might. Oh crap! I forgot the last part.
I don't think that's how it goes.
No, it is.
No evil shall escape.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
There you go.
I'm sorry again. Listen, the last show we got pretty crazy.
It did.
I say Green Lantern.
That's because it's definitely Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Always pick
right.
him.
Stop it.
The next one is the result of White Power Ranger versus Pikachu.
Stop saying it like White Power Ranger.
White Power
Okay,
Ranger.
so who won again?
The White Power
He
Ranger.
won against Pikachu.
Is he going to take on the Black Panther? Please no.
Oh.
He's actually taking on the Hulk.
Oh, there's no
jeez.
question.
Good heavens. White Power Ranger is going to try to bring his, what is it? The Zord?
Yeah, his Zord.
And Hulk is going to smash the Zord and he's going to smash the White Ranger. And the White Ranger is going to go back to being a green puddle of Ranger.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
Hulk.
Hulk all the way.
It's Hulk.
Hulk, yeah. Okay, the last one was Batman versus Beast, where you guys give it to Batman without even arguing for Beast.
We argued a little bit.
No, not really. Now, Batman's going to have to take on somebody, and I'm going to put this caveat in here, because this is complicated. It's Neo from Matrix.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying.
Well, for anybody who doesn't know. And but the trouble is in the real world, of course, Neo would have no powers. So it doesn't seem quite fair to give him no powers.
No, yeah, he's Neo. He's the character Neo.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so who's he taking on?
Batman.
Neo versus Batman. Ooh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Neo has died. Spoiler alert. Batman hasn't. Batman wins.
Neo's pretty dumb that way. Like, he's willing to become a martyr for like the end of a crappy series.
Wasn't that The Dark Knight Rises? Isn't that exactly the ending of The Dark Knight
Except
Rises?
crappy series does not apply in The Dark Knight. Wow.
True. It's just a crappy finale. To
No,
a
see,
great
Batman
series.
wanted to quit. Neo thought he could establish peace by dying, which he didn't. He just gave in to the machines.
Pretty much. I didn't really. Yeah, maybe we should just go with first Matrix Neo.
Okay.
Because that would make it a little more of a challenge, I think. But because he became very whiny in the later ones, much more.
I would have to give it to Batman. You know, Neo can fly, but he basically just fights after that.
Well, and
Batman is a detective and could trick him with the Matrix in the real world in kind of like an Inception sort of way, like kind of make him think, where am I now?
Yeah, and I also think that Neo fares very well against machines, but how does he do against other humans? Because honestly, in the real world, he's not really that great. It's only within the Matrix.
Yeah.
So all Batman has to do is pull him out of the Matrix, and the playing field is now leveled.
And Batman, he has a lot of money, so he can just build those weird sentinels.
Yeah.
Those weird squid things, and they can just zap Neo, and
Yeah.
he's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like it's going to Batman.
Batman. Na 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 Neo's gone. Batman.
All right. Okay. From Terminator versus RoboCop, you guys. Or did I decide on Terminator?
You decided.
I decided, that's right. Okay, so Terminator was the victor,
Boo.
and now
Makes sense.
Terminator has to take on no other than Optimus Prime.
Ooh.
Wow. Terminator versus Optimus Prime.
I don't even know where to go with this one.
It's interesting because I mean they're obviously both obviously both machines.
Mm-hmm.
Good versus evil. Although if we're going to Terminator 1 or Terminator 2,
Well, I know the T-1000 drove Optimus Prime as they were going in T2 Judgment Day.
hey, Optimus Prime is not a liquid nitrogen truck.
Wow. So a giant robot who can die, who we've seen die,
We've seen die.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Who we've seen die.
But he's mostly killed himself to help the cause. Actually, Terminator 1, he did die as well.
Well, here's what I have to say, is that the Terminator, basically all you need to do is smash him, and he'll die.
Yeah.
That's kind of, or burn him, or drop him into some molten lava, stuff like that. Whereas Optimus Prime, you need to remove the Matrix from his chest. If we're going with Transformers, the movie, the 80s animated. And I think that Optimus Prime has more staying power, because the Terminator... The T-800 has died in pretty much every one of his movies, whereas Optimus Prime, he's lived a couple.
Yeah, and he also has that kind of like magma sword as well.
Yeah.
He's a lot bigger, too, right?
He could slice.
He is a lot bigger.
He could slice the T-800, and I think he's done for.
Yeah. I think we're
Optimus
going
Prime.
to agree with this one.
Okay. Optimus it is.
Handshake emoticon, because we agree. We're going to have a real good time.
All right, we're going to have a kind of strange matching here.
Oh, these have been normal?
Oh, okay.
Well, at least they're in the same line. We got robots fighting each other. This time we're going to have the result of Buffy versus Edward Cullen, where Buffy won after a great
I'm
battle.
happy about that.
But Joel, let
happy
the
about
record
that.
show Joel's very sad that Buffy won.
Listen to the last podcast. I wouldn't even try to fake that one.
No. And then the fight between Kirk and Picard, where Kirk won.
Oh, no.
So
Okay.
now that means Buffy and Kirk have to face off.
So weird.
I told you it was weird.
Buffy versus Captain Kirk.
I think it would just be a It would be a conversation, and that would be the battle. I think it would be Kirk trying to speak like, "How do you think you could beat me?" And then she'd be like, she'd do her whole '90s dialogue, Joss Whedon, and she would confuse him so much that his brain would just kind of shut down.
I don't think he listens to women, though. So
Oh, he really doesn't.
He really doesn't. Priceline negotiator.
I mean, she's got the skills. I mean, she knows kung fu.
You're going with Buffy.
Yeah, I'm going with Buffy.
I'm going with Kirk.
How? Why?
Because I think he'd take his shirt off and distract her, and then
He's not a vampire.
And then he would phaser her. She has an issue with killing humans.
Oh, by
She
the way-
went into a deep despair when she accidentally killed a human. So I'm saying she's great against demons, but when it comes to human stuff, she's going to be a little more vulnerable. And Kirk is going to say, "All right, I got to kill you to save the
Kirk's
planet."
just a dude. She's the chosen one.
well, he's a phaser. He's got a phaser.
He's
too.
got a phaser.
He's got a phaser.
Guess what? She's died twice and come back.
Twice?
Yeah.
Oh, twice. Yes, because I forgot.
Spoiler alert.
Well, doesn't Kirk live in like some ethereal world now forever where he rides
No,
horses?
we're not going into those novels.
No, that's
He died in
the
Generations
movie.
because he fell off a horse, I think.
Maybe.
We don't even know because no one cares about that movie.
He's still alive today because I've seen him on those commercials.
Yeah, he looks great.
Oh,
He's begging to be on the new Star Trek movies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think Kirk is kind of pathetic.
but he's got a phaser, and Buffy has a stake.
He's got a phaser, and she can use anything as a weapon. She knows kung fu. That's defense and offense.
It's also up close, whereas he would run around and then shoot her from afar.
You can't really show him on the new movies.
He would
'cause it'll
try
be like,
to negotiate
hey, young
with
Captain
her.
Kirk. This is what
Here's
you're
me.
going to look like in 50 years.
Oh no!
You're
He
really
just kills
round.
himself. Yeah, he like jumps out the side of the ship. Okay, so what are we saying here?
It's Buffy.
It's up to you because I'm saying Kirk. Phaser and tactical skills. Tactical skills.
What tactical skills?
He did
can
that-
throw a rock if
he
he's
did
on a
that
desert planet,
he did
and
the
he has a
impassable-
phaser.
He did the impassable test that you brought up last show.
Yeah, but guess what?
The Kaiser Soze Narama, whatever it was.
I only said that to win. That test doesn't actually mean anything.
What was the name of it again? What was the name of it?
Kobayashi Maru.
That's right. The competitive Ever Maru.
Yeah, Kirk wins.
What?
Yeah!
Against Buffy?
He's got a phaser. I was going Buffy until I remember
Oh,
he has
that's
a
like
phaser.
saying, oh, that's so stupid.
No.
It's like a pew pew.
Yeah, that vaporizes Buffy. Literally vaporizes her.
Wow.
Buffy.
She's fought the undead. She's fought Dracula himself and won. And she can't beat Captain Kirk?
Do you know how many times Dracula has been killed in the history of Dracula?
Yeah, pretty much everyone's killed Dracula now.
Has Kirk beat Dracula?
Simon.
sure
he
he
beat a
could.
lizard dude with a crappy
In
mask.
Simon's Quest, you gather up his parts just so you can kill him for fun.
The game sucks.
It's a really good vampire game.
What a terrible night to have a curse.
All right, the next matchup.
Can't believe Captain Kirk won.
No, I'm totally
Joel, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You didn't see that coming, huh?
I think Joel's being a troll.
I'm not being a troll. He has a phaser.
He does.
And he's the captain of a fleet.
Moving on.
All right. Last battle was Conan versus He-Man, where
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian, not, yeah,
Conan the O'Brien.
where He-Man was the victor. And now He-Man has to take on a much more serious foe, who is Hercules.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So we're going Kevin Sorbo,
No,
Disney
well,
animated. No, I think you have to. I
Yeah,
think we
okay,
go in
Kevin-
all media here.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
He puts the Glad in Gladiator.
Well, what about The Rock?
Ugh. Yeah, what about him?
No, that one's not. He's not a real Hercules. There, this should be like the legit half god Hercules.
Yeah.
Hercules versus He-Man.
Yeah. So Kevin Sorbo's good by me, and then He-Man. Yeah.
Hercules. It's strength. It's sheer strength. He doesn't even need a sword. If he wants a sword, he can use one, but he doesn't need one.
I got to go with Kent on this one because Hercules is Hercules 24/7.
Yeah.
He-Man goes back and forth between Prince Adam and Hercules, and like Kent said, he requires the power of Grayskull, whereas Hercules has the power imbued in him at all times.
And he has Aeolus. I mean, if you have Aeolus as your best friend,
Oh.
you remember Aeolus.
Yeah, I
Aeolus,
just thought
right?
you were talking about how the fact that he had a shirt off.
Family friendly.
I can't say that.
I was genuinely confused. Did you see my eyes widen when you said that?
That's like a tactic in battle. Plus, he's got these.
I don't know. They're distracting.
Oh, wow, what happened?
Maybe you shouldn't have recorded today.
Yeah, Kent's definitely punch drunk. Okay. So Hercules wins.
Yeah, please.
Hercules versus He-Man, which takes us to our next match. Because of Aeolus. Yeah. All right. You're going to have to cut this like laughter later.
No
Like,
way.
Just you laughing forever. All right. So the next match was Captain America versus Walker, Texas Ranger. And I just like to say again that the fight between Walker and Captain America lasted 83 days.
Yep.
And at the end, Captain won.
Boom.
Boo. Boo.
Ma.
Boo.
Ma.
I was saying boo earns.
So so Captain America moves on, but he now has to fight Iron Man.
Oh, okay. So Civil War.
Yeah, this is a familiar
yeah.
one.
Yeah, and this they did fight in. No, they didn't fight in the first one.
No, they did a whole shield versus laser thing.
Right.
And then deflected while Loki watched on the hill for some
Right.
reason.
That's a
So
good
we're
battle.
talking like a roided out, patriotic dude versus
With a shield.
versus a smart, smarmy guy with armor.
Versus a drunk megalomaniac.
Yeah. Huh. Joel, who are you going to pick?
I'm going to pick Captain America.
I'm going to pick Iron Man.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
He has, I think Captain America has the will to win. And in fact, I think Iron Man, his ego would get the best of him. Captain America would stay on task. Iron Man may get the upper hand and start bragging. It's a tortoise in the hare kind of thing, where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm awesome," and then all Captain has to do is essentially just throw the shield right at his chest, and then it's going to break the arc reactor.
He's going to break his heart?
Captain's going to break Iron Man's heart.
You don't think Tony Stark would be ready with more armor? I mean, the guy created a Hulkbuster just to fight Hulk. He created 42 other suits in Iron Man 2.
And then he blew them up in Iron Man 3.
Because he's a moron. Movie version, he's a moron.
Pretty much every version he's a moron.
Yeah, that's true. I think Iron Man is going to win, basically because he could just take Captain America up to the sky. I mean, yes, Captain America will be beating him badly.
I thought we were in a cage again.
No, it's not a cage. It's a death match.
Right.
But and that's his advantage. He can fly. Captain America not. He can survive big falls.
Well, didn't Captain America? Yeah,
but that's about it.
He jumped out of a plane. Says he's not wearing a parachute. Doesn't matter. He's Captain America.
Yeah. Stupid.
That
was just the movie being like, whatever.
All Captain America would have to do is put a shield down, stand on it like Batman and Robin, and air surf down to the ground.
No, I think it would be and we'll see in the movie, it's going to be a terrible fight where Tony Stark is being just beaten to death. Meanwhile, Tony Stark is shooting the laser right into the mouth of Captain America, flying him into the sky, and burning him to a crisp, and basically he'll die by falling. And I think Tony Stark wins. Because Captain America cares too much. Tony Stark does not.
He does not care.
He created a robot because he's just like, I can. It's for ego.
He lets his passion get the best of him, though. And
he's not going to let anyone else win. And by the way, in Civil War, he wins.
You don't know that.
I do.
Hey, you don't give him spoilers.
No, that's the comic book, guys. It can change. It's not the movie.
Okay.
But he does win.
No, guys, that's not the spoiler. That's just how it ends in the actual folklore.
Who knows? Sorry.
You want to tell us how Walking Dead ends, too, while you're at it?
Yeah.
Stop.
Everyone dies.
Game of Thrones?
Everyone dies eventually.
What? Everyone dies?
Everyone dies eventually.
So, Jake?
It's definitely Iron Man.
Yeah.
Always pick him.
Captain doesn't even have a chance.
What? Come
He
on.
does have a chance.
No, he doesn't. All Iron has to do is send down the Hulkbuster thing, trap him in a box, and it's over. Or just never come to the ground. Just shoot like 80 missiles at him.
But he does have a shield. In fact, Joel, whatever one you picked, I was going to pick the opposite and just try my hardest to win. So, thank you.
Yeah, jerk.
All right. Now, look, you're going to complain about whoever I choose to go up against Superman, but the next guy, well, Superman beat Storm in the last one.
Yeah. After she killed Jonathan Kent with a tornado.
Yeah.
Please, son, have nightmares about this for the rest of your life.
Moving on.
So Superman is now taking on Aquaman.
Oh, that's not cool. Underwater?
Air versus water.
Yeah.
Dude,
sure.
I love Aquaman.
Well,
I know you do. That's why you're going to feel real sad when Superman stomps his butt.
it was almost Hellboy.
Do you realize that Aquaman is nearly as strong as Superman, and with his spear...
Nearly. Did you just say nearly?
No, no one's as strong as Superman, Joel. Let's be honest. Right?
So just concede.
But if he can get Superman to go underwater, Superman's
all of a sudden
toast.
he's Percy Jackson? I have the power of the water.
Basically, he does have the power of the water.
Go, my precious blue whales. Go, bump into Superman gently.
Yeah. Superman will be like, look at these bottlenose dolphins. They're so nice.
I've seen Superman in water. He's not really impeded by it at all.
Uh-huh. Remember in the pool in, like, Superman 2?
He had kryptonite around his
Yeah, but
neck.
it was a crappy scene. He's just like, oh, I'll just tread water for a little bit.
No, he has kryptonite.
Look.
Miss Tessmacher!
I'm going to say Superman, but I really want Aquaman to stand a chance here.
It's Superman.
It's Superman.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Aquaman to even know how he could fight.
He talks to fish.
Yeah, I mean,
He controls the fish. Great white sharks.
He makes slaves of fish. You want to vote for that guy?
Yeah?
all right, Superman it is.
Yeah.
All right, next matchup is
Man.
the result of Ghost Rider fighting a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle,
Raphael.
And this time, Ghost Rider's going to have to take on Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
I'm thinking about it.
It's Wonder Woman because
Well, what
really
are her skills? Like, what does she
she
have
doesn't feel
in the comic
she
books?
doesn't feel guilt. She doesn't feel like she has sinned, and I think that's the only thing he can do is burn sin out of you. He has a chain, but she has a whip.
Magic. It's a
She
golden
can fly
lasso.
a golden lasso. Well done.
Okay, here's the way I see
She
it
has
going
a
down.
shield. Yes.
I see Ghost Rider turning on his whip chains, throwing at him at her. She blocks it with her wrist guards, her
Yes.
wrist shields. What you call bracelets? What they are. And then she takes the magical lasso, lassos it around him, and asks him questions about his past. He then consumes himself with his own sin. Wonder Woman wins.
Well done. That was a great. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Really good description.
Thank you.
Nerd points.
Yay! I may have written a screenplay that I will.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's Wonder Woman.
You're agreeing?
Yes.
Okay.
Wonder Woman. By the way, Linda Carter, my first crush.
Was she?
Oh, yeah. I had such a crush on her. And to this day, every time I see her, I have those kind of boyhood crush feelings of like, oh, Linda Carter.
Mine was Kim Cattrall from Mannequin.
Oh, yeah.
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 It's kind of confusing as a child.
Not Hollywood
That
for
was.
Mannequin?
not Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird movie.
Like, are you a real person?
I think we all had a crush on Kim Cattrall in Mannequin.
All right, here's the next matchup. Result of Aragorn versus Xena. And Xena won.
She did.
She broke his
You always
neck,
pick
as I
Kent.
recall.
Yeah, you always pick Kent.
And now she's going to fight Daredevil.
Ooh.
Wait.
This is a good
Xena
matchup.
versus Daredevil. Are we going with like, Ben Affleck Daredevil or like the Netflix original
The
series
combination. The combination.
Daredevil? Okay, so
So weaknesses and strengths.
this is a good matchup because I'm having a hard time picking, but I'm going to go for Daredevil.
I wanted so much for Daredevil versus Arrow, but Legolas versus Arrow was just too good.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Daredevil just because, he has his whip thing too. I can't think of the word right now.
It's baton. It basically is
Oh, yeah.
baton that stretches out to become
That's right. That's what it is. Yeah, and he has that.
He has a baton.
He has a baton, but he also can sense wherever she's moving. He's very good at blocking things and dodging things. So when Xena comes at him with his
Yeah, she's not exactly quiet.
yeah, she's going to make it very
Not a
obvious where
stealthy
she is
fighter.
at all times, and he's going to take her down
Yeah,
and then sue her butt in court.
Yeah. I thought the same thing except for the suing. She's going to throw her little ring blade at him, and he can just move out of the way because he knows it's coming. He can hear the whirring. If she comes to kick him, he'll block her, stop her, and kill her.
Yeah,
Daredevil.
Daredevil it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, next matchup is Hero from Heroes.
Shame on you, Joel.
I still feel bad about
who Joel
that.
fought for against the Doctor.
I know. I didn't. I wanted the Doctor to win, but it just didn't make sense.
Well, now Heroes might be in trouble. He's going up against Jean Grey.
Oh god.
Yeah.
One blink from Jean Grey, and he's basically going full Rorschach.
Yeah. Yeah, Jean Grey.
Spoiler alert.
Jean Grey?
Yep.
It's Jean Grey.
All right, so no teleporting, no traveling through time to fight her.
He could try,
He could
but
try.
she basically has the power of the universe.
She could take his mind and make him impale himself on his own sword.
Yeah.
She's kind of scary. Why don't we have a
Yeah.
movie about her?
We should. We almost did after X2, and then it became The Last Stand.
Yep.
Boo.
Yeah.
Earns.
All right, that finishes round 2.
All right.
So-
we going into round 3?
Might as well.
Round 3.
So we maybe have to stop at round 3, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, these are going to be some good matchups here. A couple of really uneven ones, but some really, really great ones. So, all right, I'm excited. You guys ready?
Sort of.
Sort of. Scared. First matchup, Legolas versus the Flash.
Ooh.
Now it's getting interesting.
Wow.
I have to think about it in my head. I'm just playing it out. I think the Flash is going to take
Yeah,
it.
it's The Flash.
Because I think that Legolas is fast at shooting, and he's agile, but it's speed, man. By the time Legolas would get an arrow notched up.
Yeah, you mean Oliver Queen.
Legolas
right?
ready.
By the time he got his arrow ready, Flash would be behind him.
What's that?
Stop it.
Describe a little bit further. When I said he plucked arrow.
Family friendly. Young man. Kenny D is making an appearance. We'd like to welcome our special guest star, Kenny D.
You're the one who said knocked up.
I meant notched up. Good heavens.
I thought you were just talking about the movie.
Keeping it honest. They got to get notched.
Okay, so are we both saying Flash, or is there a fight that needs
It's
to
the
be
Flash.
described?
Flash.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll put down the Flash, and we'll just keep Joel's comments in the past.
Please do. Always.
All right, next matchup is going to be Gandalf versus Professor X.
Ooh. So Ian McKellen versus Patrick Stewart.
I know, right? I was thinking that too. Like that's funny.
I got to go Professor X on this. I mean, he's defeated Magneto. Why can't he defeat Gandalf?
Has he defeated Magneto? Because Magneto never really goes away, and Professor X needs a team.
Charles. Let's play chess. That's Sean Connery.
I miss Sean Connery.
We all do.
I'm going to say Gandalf
Why?
because he has legs. I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
What does that mean?
It's so ridiculous. It's Professor X. He has telepathy.
Well,
He needs,
you're
like, giant
Gandalf's
yellow
on a horse, and Professor X is in a chair.
Yeah, Shadowfax versus the floating yellow chair, the hover chair.
They both wouldn't want to kill people though.
No,
It'd be a tough match, but I think Professor X is going to pull it out strictly because he has telepathy and telekinesis.
Joel, can he stop this telepathy?
With his bright wand of power?
I think he can if he uses like orbs and everything like that, like powers from Middle Earth. I think he could. Because he's been able to do it so far. No, thinking about it, it will be Professor X.
Yeah?
Yeah, because already, like, Sauron was able to kind of take a little bit of control of Gandalf. And I think Professor X could do the same.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just put a ring in front of his eyes and he'd be like, "Do not tempt me, Professor X."
All right. I'm surprised, honestly. I thought maybe you guys would both go Gandalf. But
Yeah, I wanted to, but then it just made sense.
It does make sense.
Now you know how I feel about the Doctor and Hero.
No. Because you're like, no TARDIS. And I'm like, of course he has the TARDIS. He's the Doctor. You have whatever tools are at your disposal.
Well, but still, he has to use the TARDIS to teleport.
He would use the TARDIS.
He would get in, but as soon as he got out, stabby.
Stabby. All right, next round. I really don't like this matchup, but it is what it is. It's going to be Wolverine versus Green Lantern.
That's pretty good because
It is a good one.
Because the thing is, Green Lantern has almost anything, almost any weapon at his disposal.
Yes.
But Wolverine has had almost every weapon used on him and survived.
Yeah. And he can cut through anything.
I actually can't see any weapons that Green Lantern throws at Logan. I can't see them having an effect. Because basically it's just like glowy lasers. Or the glowy representation of something, and that's it. Like, I think Wolverine would just be able to, shirk him away. It wouldn't even impact him. But you know what he would do is he would put Wolverine in a green bubble, and he can do that and just float up to space and let go.
Would that kill Wolverine?
It may not. It would kill him temporarily, but he can always grow back. Like, he'd lose oxygen, but as soon as he landed on some weird planet, he would grow back, but it would get rid of him.
I think Wolverine.
Or he could throw him into the sun, for Pete's sake.
He could, but I think Wolverine is going to get the upper hand quicker. I think the Green Lantern's going to try stuff. He's going to come at him, and then shink, hand comes off.
No, I think it's a loss of control with Wolverine versus Will with Green Lantern. I think Green Lantern is far more controlled, and this is all about control.
It's not about control. It's about power and agility and healing.
What's more powerful than a ring?
Adamantium?
No, it's strong. It's unbreakable. I wouldn't say,
He has claws.
He does have claws, but he can't claw out of this bubble in space.
Maybe he could. You don't know. You never had adamantium against Green Lantern weaponry.
I hope to someday. All right, Jake.
That's hard. See, I like Wolverine so much better, and I like to think he could survive, but I don't see how he could beat Green Lantern in that way, because he wouldn't even have to get close, and Wolverine is only going to hurt you if he's close.
Yeah.
Unless he just wants to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
He could do that from across the ring.
All right, we'll have to go Green Lantern.
Whoa, Green Lantern is making it far.
Much farther than I anticipated.
I'm sad about that, though.
Sorry.
All right, next matchup is going to be Hulk versus Batman.
Oh.
That's not cool.
Yeah, well, we're getting to...
This is a great one. I think we need to talk about this.
Quarterfinals.
Jeez. Okay, so let me just talk this through. So essentially, Hulk is indestructible. But Batman is super smart and a great fighter.
Yes.
I don't think the Great Fighter is going to help him much.
I think it will, because what I think we'll do is Batman will stay out of the Hulk's way, and then once again pull out of his utility pelt some sort of sleeping dart.
His pelt?
His pelt.
Okay.
This is actually the caveman Batman.
Okay.
His belt, his utility belt. He'll pull out a sleeping dart or a sleeping pill and get the Hulk to fall asleep, and then take care of him.
Essentially, this is what the Batman animated series was all about, was, hey, these bad guys are very crazy. They're stronger than me. Let's find a way to put them at, like, minimum, just make them as weak as possible.
Right.
And then take them out. Because that's what he does. He's a brain.
Which is why, and I say this knowing full well that Kent loves the Nolan series and I love the Nolan series, I feel like that part was lost.
Yeah, he wasn't a detective.
He wasn't a detective. The part when Lucius Fox is helping him figure stuff out, he's like, what does that mean, Lucius? And Lucius has to explain something.
It was a glimpse, and it was also like, yeah, I'm going to take advantage of this. It was kind of interesting.
It was. But I'm going to say Batman.
I do think Hulk versus, like, for example, Superman would be really tough, because anytime Hulk gets hurt more, he gets bigger.
Right.
And more powerful. Batman's not going to punch Hulk to make him bigger and stronger. He's going to make sure he's Bruce Banner, and he stays Bruce Banner.
Yeah. He's going to find a way. And what I think he's going to do is walk up to him and say...
What's the way?
He's going to walk up to him and say, hey, big fella, the sun's looking pretty low on the horizon. and then start touching his palm. He's learning the Black Widow technique of calming down the Hulk.
And he's going to say, my parents died when I was a kid, and I feel like I'm a monster too.
Yep, pretty much. But I think Batman's going to find a way to get him to turn back into Bruce Banner. And the truth is, Bruce Banner doesn't want to be the Hulk. He wants to avoid that and lose. He doesn't want to lose control. It's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type thing. And I think that once he gets Bruce, he's going to be able to take care of
And
Bruce.
it's all about serums. Batman is going to find a serum to keep him. So really, it's Bruce Wayne versus Bruce Banner.
He may even find a cure.
I'm not even saying Batman. It's just like sciencey Batman is going
and
to...
this is crazy, but yeah, I think we're agreeing on Batman.
Batman?
Well, and this is unprecedented, though. I mean, nobody has been able to do this to the Hulk that I'm aware of, right?
Well,
Like, 'cause you
I
can't
mean, he
stop him
has
from
a
being the Hulk.
60-year comic history. I'm sure there have been times.
has there been a Batman Hulk crossover in the whole history of DC versus Marvel?
No, Batman usually takes on someone more popular like Spider-Man or Captain America. Usually Captain America.
But I'm not talking. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. So Batman, we both
Yeah.
agree. Batman's
Both
going to.
Batman. I think.
What would you say, Jake?
I think you're both crazy.
Too bad.
I guess them's the rules, but
If
yeah.
we agree, you have no say.
I know, right? Yeah, I don't think Batman has a chance. Like, not a chance. He's a dude.
Hulk would
remember?
never find him. Hulk would never find him.
No.
Find him.
Yeah.
They're in a fight, a
Dude,
deathmatch fight.
Batman is a
Batman's
freaking ninja.
standing
Do you
here,
realize he's a ninja?
Hulk's standing over there, and they're fighting.
Dude, there's different environments. He would be out of sight.
Batman won. Let's move on.
That's crazy talk.
Not at all.
All right, next one is Optimus Prime versus Captain Kirk.
Oh, Joel's going to say Captain Kirk because he has a phaser.
He does have a phaser, and he'd shoot Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime would be like, "Now it's your time to die," and then take out his sword.
Yeah.
It's true. The
Optimus
phaser
Prime.
probably wouldn't hurt Optimus
I can't
Prime.
believe these two made it so far.
But they did, because they kept getting matched up with people who they could beat.
No, no one beats Buffy.
I'm pretty sure.
Some people beat Buffy, but Captain Kirk does not beat Buffy.
Does Optimus Prime beat Buffy?
No, I would say Buffy wins.
What?
But yeah, it's Optimus Prime in
Angel
this
beat
case.
Buffy, and then he felt really bad about it.
Oh, too soon.
Didn't Spike beat her too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Buffy.
Poor Buffy.
All right, Optimus it is. I mean, Captain Kirk should probably have his ship with him then, right? Start blowing up Optimus. I think he'd do better there. Okay. Hercules versus Iron Man.
Hercules.
You're going with Hercules?
I am going to go with Hercules.
Okay, why?
Because I think the suit is his downfall. I think that he has the technology, but Hercules has the raw power, and Hercules could probably grab his suit and crush it. Yeah, on Tony Stark himself.
Yeah, if you got a hold of him.
If he got a hold of him.
So I'm also going with Hercules because I think it's
Really?
going to be some sort of tag team where Iron Man once again is going to say, look, it worked with Captain America. I'm going to fly him up to the sky. He'll be beating me senseless, but at least I'll get him up in the sky and drop him. Meanwhile, Zeus is like, hey, that's my son. Hey, you're powered by electricity. Lightning bolt.
There you go.
Zapped. EMP. He's out.
Hercules. Wow, I did not expect you to take Hercules.
No, yeah, it's
did
kind of
not
weird.
either.
I'm kind of glad I am.
You just didn't feel like arguing Iron Man. That's what it was.
We're flying through this.
I know, you guys are agreeing
We're
a
going to
lot.
get to the finale.
All right, next one is Superman versus Wonder Woman.
Ooh,
Now that's a good match.
it really is.
That's a famous match, right?
Because I've been shipping them for a long time.
Man, please don't ever say that again.
It'd be tough. It would be really tough because both of them have super strength.
Yes.
They both have the ability to fly.
Yes.
But I'm gonna go. I gotta go Superman. I'm sorry, Wonder Woman. I gotta go with Superman. He would pound her into the dirt, and it would be over.
Are you just being sexist, or
No,
What's the reason?
It'd be a
Yeah,
good-
what's the reason?
I think it is just the fact that Wonder Woman. I don't think her strength. It is almost. It's like that. Nearly.
Like, she's an Amazon. Like, she does not mind taking down this man.
My brother went to the Amazon. You know what he got? Dysentery.
Oh.
No, but it was like when who were we talking about before? You said nearly as powerful as. It was Aquaman.
Yeah.
Nearly as powerful as, nearly as dense.
Yeah, durable,
strong,
basically, yeah,
Superman. I think it's the same with Wonder Woman. I don't think her strength equally matches Superman's, and so I think Superman would get the upper hand.
You know,
And Superman has laser vision.
She does have the lasso,
And-
but he does have the heat ray vision.
He has the heat ray vision, and he has the S that he can pull off his chest and turn into saran wrap and then throw it at Zod.
Oh, my gosh. Don't
also-
remind me.
he also
That's
can
the
make
worst.
copies of
that doesn't
himself
That doesn't count.
I don't even remember that.
That's Superman.
It is Superman, though. Just the sheer force
And laser eyes.
and laser eyes.
All right, Superman it is. I've got it down. We're about to end the fourth round.
Yeah.
So, all right, next matchup. Daredevil
Right?
versus Jean Grey.
It's Jean Grey.
Yeah.
It's Jean Grey again.
Wow, we got to stop agreeing.
I know.
It's Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Like, Daredevil could be beat by, like, 8 street thugs. Like, 6 or 7 he could take, but 8
is too many.
could beat him. And Jean Grey is the destroyer of at least 8 worlds.
Yeah.
So it's Jean Grey.
She's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
So Jean Grey. So that's the end of round 4.
Round 5.
Street Fighter!
It's not. Street Fighter doesn't have a song.
It does now.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's probably it.
You trying to do the Guile theme?
Yeah.
It goes with everything.
It does.
Tangents.
Well, I think I'm faring pretty well so far, so I have no worries going into the final couple rounds.
What? What do you mean? I thought I never
Says the
chose
guy
you.
who's
Jake always picks me
What
because
happened?
my arguments are so convincing.
I just pick good arguments. I can't even see the difference between you guys right now.
Yeah, it just feels like
Physically, you're both just like faceless blobs.
Yeah, Martin Luther King had a
talking.
dream.
He
The
just
people
called-
will be judged by the content of their argument.
But apparently we're judged by our weight because he called us blobs.
Oh, that's mean.
Faceless
Jeez.
blobs, I said.
Kent went to the gym 2 times in a row.
2 times in a row.
Yeah,
And
told
only
me how
got
he-
Taco Del Taco 1 time.
the
Then he
second
told me
night.
how he felt sick after going the second time. 'cause
No, it
his
felt
body
great.
wasn't used to that.
No, it's like Gatorade. You know, eat those soft tacos and they just give you energy.
Gatorade is thirsting for that deep down body thirst.
Okay, all right.
Round 5.
Round 5. Our first matchup is these are going to be good ones. Actually, I'm excited for this. The Flash versus Professor Xavier.
Oh, see, now this is where the Flash has some competition.
Yes.
Because
Are we saying Flash from the TV show here, or are we thinking like
he's generally the same. He doesn't
Yeah.
change too much
I
from
don't know?
comic to
He feels a
movie to-
little bit watered down in the TV show. Like
So far, but did you finish the TV show, right?
I have.
Where he basically opened up a black hole? I mean, are we talking watered
He
down?
didn't open it up. He wasn't trying to run around to close it. After
No, but he
had
opened
been
it up.
He
because
also opened
he
it up.
created a paradox, and so
And in the
Well,
DC,
not with his superpowers,
in the
though.
DC universe, he is able to travel through time because he goes so fast, and he resets the entire DC universe.
Do you like in the show how it's like every other episode? It's like to do this, you'll have to go faster than you've ever gone before.
Run, Barry,
And he's like,
run.
no problem.
You have to go 630 miles an hour. I can only go 620.
Yeah, and then the next episode, 750. This episode, Mach 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he can go fast.
I think you
we're
just
saying.
summed it up.
yeah. All right, so
But it's
him
between him and Professor X. I mean, Professor X has telepathy. He can control. He can control minds. I think he could take the Flash and run him into a wall, and that would be the end of it.
He can't force people to do things. He can just get inside their minds and make them go,
He can force
Can
them.
think
Did
of,
you not watch
X2.
Yeah, X2.
What did he do to force somebody?
He paused the world.
He paused the world. Okay, freeze
No,
frame.
remember Magneto's up in like front of like a courthouse or something. and
That's
there's
right.
the big shootout.
He's all pointing Sabretooth.
Yeah.
He gets into
Yeah,
Sabretooth's
he gets
brain.
Sabretooth
And
to-
Sabretooth grabs Magneto by the throat and lifts
Yeah.
him up. Brrr. He's
And
like,
he's like,
Charles, I know
"Charles?"
you're out there.
Yeah.
I don't know because I feel like
Have you
Grodd.
seen-
I feel like Gorilla Grodd does the same
Have
thing.
you seen a movie before, kids?
I don't know.
They're flickering pictures on the screen.
Really?
Talkies now.
Never seen these talkies. I think Gorilla Grodd does the same thing. He controls brains and never really affects the Flash all that much.
But the Flash was definitely intimidated by him. And Gorilla Grodd is not Professor X.
He might be evolution, time traveling evolution.
No.
So you're saying Professor X
I'm
takes
saying
out?
Professor X takes Flash, runs him into a wall, game over.
I think as soon as Flash runs into the wall, he's going back in time, and he will do something to young Professor X.
He's not going-
He could kill young Professor X.
Professor X is going to make him. He's going to project himself as if he were on the wall. So Flash is going to run into it full speed, not fast enough to time travel.
Professor
but
X
fast enough
can't
to
stop
smash.
a bullet. Like bullets have killed Professor X in the past, and Flash is way faster than a bullet. All he has to do is stick his finger out and run, or just do the little thing.
You're just making it. You're just trying too hard at this point because it's pretty obvious.
No, I
Professor
don't.
X-
I don't think that Professor X is all that glorious. He can control. He can get
He's
into your mind. That's
gloriously
about
bald.
it. He's got psychic powers. Yay.
He has telekinesis and
There's
telepathy.
someone in the room who has a loved one that's deceased starting with the letter M. That's like the extent of Professor X's powers.
No.
John Edwards in a golden chair.
No. All right, Jacob, you're going to have to make the decision because apparently Kent is not going to listen to reason.
Well, I guess you're on a roll then, Joel. It's
Oh,
Win again.
you always pick Joel.
all right.
Was that me? Did we
Yeah,
just lip a recording of me on there?
Yeah,
that
that's
sounded
what
just
that was,
like me.
You always pick Joel.
It makes sense actually with all these battles, but Professor X has really gone a long way, which I don't know, think about.
He's Professor X.
Yeah, he's pretty hardcore with that.
It's not all that hardcore. He needs a team. He's a professor.
He doesn't need,
doesn't
a,
need a
team.
team.
He
He can make a
wants
team.
a team.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's because he's so
Bring
magnanimous.
me your
He wants a
children.
team.
Are they special? Mm.
Bring me your
It's
children.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
I love mutants.
I already won.
Here's the
Bring
next
me your
matchup.
mutated children.
Green Lantern versus Batman. Maybe Batman can lose finally.
Green Lantern versus Batman.
This is so easy.
It is super
What
easy.
is the color yellow? It resembles fear.
It does.
What does Batman do? Intimidation. Batman knows all about fear.
If this were the Michael Keaton Batman, he would actually have some yellow on his costume. But Christopher Nolan doesn't like that, so I don't know.
We're going all versions of Batman. Batman is smart. He would use the color yellow. He would get a freaking fear ring if he needed to.
There is literally a comic book where Batman traps the Green Lantern. I don't know exactly why, but he traps the Green Lantern in a room, a fully yellow room. Like he creates a yellow room and then puts the Green Lantern in there to stop him.
Really?
Yes.
This has
Batman
happened?
is all about being a symbol of fear. And I think just with that, he's smart enough to take down the Green Lantern, who's afraid of the color yellow.
No, not yellow.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with this with Green Lantern. Like literally, he sees yellow and he's afraid.
No, it's not
Like, what does
seeing
this mean?
yellow.
His weakness is the color yellow. There's a picture of the yellow room.
Well, like he
that
doesn't
Batman
exactly
creates for him.
go like it's not the greatest American hero where he sees red and he's like, yeah.
No.
Basically, all of his enemies who are just as superpowered as he is have yellow. There's a Parallax, which is in the movie, which is a giant yellow cloud, is able to take him down even with superpowers because it's fear, and that's what yellow represents is fear.
So is Green Lantern powerless suddenly because there's yellow all around him?
He's basically just a human fighting another human.
He's a yellow-bellied, lily-livered pansy.
He's green with envy,
Yes.
and Batman would take him down. Dude, Batman's smart.
Batman is smart.
Batman.
So Batman's going to win this round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Joel, I thought you were going to go the other way with that one.
No.
I did too.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Green Lantern, but I think Batman.
I think it's about time that Green Lantern was taken out. He went really far.
He did.
Meanwhile, Batman's still in the
He
running.
went further than the Hulk. Or Wolverine.
It's because who you pair him up with.
Yes, Green Lantern killed the Hulk and Wolverine. But
No,
dies
Green
to
Lantern-
Batman.
Green Lantern didn't kill the Hulk.
Yeah.
Batman did.
No, but loses. Like, he falls before them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Next round. Optimus Prime versus...
Next match. Next
Yes,
round.
that's true. Next
We're
match.
still in the fourth
All
round.
right. Thank you. 4.5.
For those of you playing along at home,
If you're still there.
Oh, we got Optimus Prime versus Hercules.
How is Hercules doing?
no, Hercules has got to go down.
It's because he beat Iron Man in the last one, because he's half god.
He is, but Optimus Prime is all awesome, and he's going to win. Flaming sword, Hercules falls.
Really?
I don't think so.
What?
Hercules is sheer strength. I think
is.
Hercules would tear apart Optimus Prime piece by piece, wheel
What is Optimus
by
Prime doing
wheel.
in the meantime?
What's that?
What is Optimus Prime doing in the meantime while he's getting torn
He's
apart?
trying to
piece by piece?
kick, but while he's kicking, Hercules grabs his foot and swings him around his head. You know, just
And
picture
then-
me doing this.
And then what he does is transform back into a semi
Oh,
and compresses down on Hercules' head.
Do you think that would crush Hercules?
Yes.
He's a demigod. He is incredibly strong.
Demigod isn't all God.
Do you remember that the preview or like the opening credits for the Hercules, Kevin Sorbo version? Like he punches like a giant in the face, knocks him backwards. Remember
Yeah,
that?
that's basically what he's doing here.
Yeah, you can punch him.
Except
but
he's taking apart a car. I mean, it's that easy.
he doesn't understand technology. This would frighten and confuse him.
Not at all.
What is this mechanical thing in front of me?
He's been to the
Tis not a minotaur.
He's been to the underworld. He's seen demons and beasts. I'm sure this metallic, bright purple semi isn't going to scare him all that much.
Purple.
Does Optimus have like powers, or is he just a giant robot with a sword?
He's a giant robot that kind of moves slow because he is old.
He's old because he's lived so long because he kills his enemies.
He needs Sam Witwicky to help with
No,
yeah, exactly.
no.
He needs Shia LaBeouf to take care of him. Do it!
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf?
Exactly. So, yeah, Hercules. Joel's resigned to whatever.
It's Optimus Prime.
Oh my gosh, this is really hard.
You got to make a decision, though, because we've gone on long and the listeners are wanting us to get to the end.
All right.
They want us to finish as soon as we can.
We might even have to pause this a second because I really am not sure. All right, it's Optimus Prime.
Oh!
Optimus Prime is advancing. Hercules is dead. Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Real stupid.
Do you know what Hercules...
I'm
do you
thinking
know
Kevin
Optimus,
Sorbo version. I'm thinking he'd probably be in trouble.
Optimus Prime, all he'd need to do is talk to Hades, and then Hades would make these swirling spirits go around him, and then Hercules would be like, no, I love you, Meg.
In the death match, that all of a sudden Hades is involved?
Yeah, apparently they're not in a cage anymore because they can fly people out to space.
Though, honestly, I have to say, I like Hercules a lot better, so I'm hoping I'm wrong. Like, if there's an
you
actual
are wrong.
fight, I like that Hercules would win.
if these fictional characters were to come to life.
But I want to see Kevin Sorbo.
The world would be better off without Optimus Prime. I think that's just a
do
fact.
not say that.
Joel's basically saying
about
that
Transformers?
Joel's basically vouching for Michael Bay here, which
I know,
is fine.
No, I've only seen the first Transformers. I have not watched anyone since then.
You're a liar.
I have not seen anyone but the first Transformers.
Oh, we're gonna have a
I'm actually
marathon.
with him. I watched the first one. I started the second one, turned it off about 15 minutes. I was like,
No.
I
way.
watched the first one and I went, yeah, I don't want to watch this anymore. I prefer.
Well done, gentlemen.
Michael Bay doesn't have my money.
nope. I'm not.
But he
giving
has your
him-
vote,
Not
but he
for those
doesn't have
I'm
your
not
money.
giving-
No, but Optimus Prime from my childhood is amazing, and that's what I was basing this on. Was like Transformers.
The only
animated
reason
ones in the
Optimus
80s.
Prime is great from your childhood
You
is
got the
because he
touch.
dies.
You got the
And then
power.
Rodimus Prime takes over.
Arise, Rodimus Prime.
The worst.
Come on,
The worst. Hot Rod is the worst.
he's not the worst.
He's the worst.
There's worse.
Who?
Probably Starscream.
No. Starscream. Starscream's awesome. Hot Rod is the worst.
Hot Rod was a failed attempt to revitalize the genre, but I still like the movie. Anyway,
Anyway,
Moving on.
anywho,
our next matchup would be a pretty epic fight, honestly. So, it's really a shame I couldn't see this one. Superman versus Jean Grey.
All right. I'd like to go first on this one
Oh yeah.
because I would like Joel to go opposite of me on this one.
See, that's why you let me go first, so you can say, what's Jill saying? I want to counter
well, because I know you'll go for the easy one, and I'll usually do the
obvious
underdog
one. The
Yeah.
obvious one.
Joel doesn't like to play devil's advocate because it takes some argument,
No,
skills.
because it has the word devil in it.
Family
And I
friendly.
avoid the very appearance.
You've
of
said
evil.
some things on the show already that,
by accident.
you've got some devil in you. So
Devil's food cake.
on this one,
Yeah.
I'm going Jean Grey.
You're gonna take out Superman?
Yeah, with Jean Grey.
Okay, tell me how.
Superman is brute strength, and I will give that to him all day long. He can fly incredibly fast, but I think Jean Grey will have the mental power, physical power, about the same, but with the mental power and everything she can do, she'll zap him out of existence.
Now, do you mean Jean Grey or do you mean the Phoenix?
Well, it's one and the same because the Phoenix is inside. But what?
When she becomes the Phoenix, Jean Grey's pretty much gone.
Yeah, so which means she would be the Phoenix.
So she's the Phoenix.
Yeah, the Dark
Well, actually,
Phoenix.
it really doesn't matter because Superman would spin around the Earth backwards, turn time back to when she was a little girl, right in the face.
That
That's
sounds
right.
like Superman.
punching a little girl.
A little baby in the face and
No,
killing it.
Superman is super. He's amazingly.
By the
fast. He can
time
do
it
amazing
takes him
things.
10 minutes to go around the world that much, she's destroyed Earth, and then he's just thrown off kilter, he's dizzy, and she zaps him out of existence.
He would talk. He would try to talk sense into the Phoenix, try to get her to revert back to Jean Grey, and then destroy her. Superman is super strong and super fast. Jean Grey,
Strength is great. I love
if
Superman,
Jean Grey
obviously.
can't find him, she can't hurt him.
What? Dude, they are basically fighting in space. That's what Phoenix and Superman can do.
They probably would, and
They
think
would.
Think of how the yellow sun would power Superman.
She can turn. She basically has this flame eagle. I mean, this phoenix, basically, that just appears around her. I mean, that is her mass at that point. Superman's like, I'm going to fly into this
Pyrotechnics.
and basically get burned,
Superman can't get burned. What are you talking about,
dude. She is incredibly strong. I think this is a great match, but I think she wins.
No, because she may be able to be strong, but she can't do much to Superman.
Are you kidding me?
Well, here's where you need to.
All of a sudden, she haunts him and says, "Oh, I'm going to take you back to Krypton." All of a sudden, he's reliving these nightmares of his entire planet dying.
Torture him, but then he powers through.
Torture him. By the time he's even like 30 seconds into the torture, zapped out of existence.
So she's torturing him. She's coming up on him, and he's sitting there. No, and she comes towards him, and then he grabs her throat and says, "Nice try."
Well, what you don't realize is that she doesn't need to get close to him at all.
But she would. She's sitting there reveling in what she's doing to him and kind of hovering in towards him like, yeah. And then...
No, she doesn't need to boast. She never boasts. She just destroys. That is the Dark Phoenix.
No.
Now she's the Dark Phoenix. So we've gone from Jean Grey to Phoenix to Dark Phoenix. So every incarnation of her in this moment.
Yeah, that's what we used before, so why not?
All right, then I'm going to bring along the Superman incarnations of the little boy and the half-robot and everyone after Superman died.
What?
What are you talking about?
They're all the same character.
When Superman died and there were those...
All right, Jake, make a decision.
Well, I mean, it's like saying Bruce Banner and the Hulk, right? I mean, like, that's the same person we're talking about.
Or Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White.
I need some clarification here. Because in X3, I mean, she, obliterates molecule by molecule, atom by atom, Professor X, right? Just lifts him up and just obliterate.
Yeah.
Is that like a regular power? Is that like a Phoenix power or something? I mean,
it's usually
have you
more
been to Phoenix. It basically does that to you.
It's really hot. It's usually not as subtle.
Yeah.
It's usually just, I mean, it's like everything's on fire, everything just implodes, gone. I mean, those are very personal. Like when Wolverine is kind of disintegrating before your eyes, way more instant.
Oh, wait, yeah, because Wolverine was able to walk right up to her and then stab her.
Yeah, and guess whose fault that is? Brett Ratner. Dark Phoenix in the comics and in the cartoon is incredible.
And yet
she cannot be beat.
She was beat
by one person, and do you know who that was? Scott Summers, who we killed in the first round, and it was because she loved him. And that was the only thing.
And that's what Superman's going to do.
That's the only thing that tied her to Earth. She has no tie to Clark Kent.
Fly down, dig up Scott Summers, bring his corpse up to it, and show it to her.
Because that's going to go well.
Punch through the
By
face.
the time he even thinks about doing something, he's gone.
No.
Yeah.
Superman's going to hold his own.
He'll never have a chance to punch her.
Crush her.
I'm sorry, Joel. I love Superman, but he won't have a chance.
Oh dear, Joel, I don't know what to say. I mean, this is a pretty strong argument against Superman.
It's ridiculous.
What would you have picked if? Would that been your choice anyway?
Superman anyway.
Okay. I mean, you guys, I'm relying entirely on you to tell me what the facts are.
I think we've given our arguments.
And if you've given the full arguments,
my friend, Mr. Jackson here,
he is sliding over imaginary money, or not imaginary. It might help. All right. It sounds like Jean Grey beat Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You can't possibly want that.
Clark Kent, I'm so sorry.
I mean, it really sounds like that.
Basically, Kent, okay, why don't we just advance Jean Grey to the last round? Because she's winning.
We're almost there, Joel.
No, I mean, let's just declare her winner now, because apparently no one can beat her but Scott, and Scott's dead.
If someone can bring Scott back to life.
I brought his
Superman
corpse back.
can't. Superman sure can't bring him back to life.
We're going to have a lot of people mad at us for that one, I think.
Seriously, we are. Send your hate mail to @Kenny
there.
Send your hate
mail. Send it all there.
@KennyDD on Twitter.
All right, we are down to.
But come on, Superman was eliminated. Who saw that coming?
I did, because you were going to go contrary to whatever I said. And
I went
Jake's
first,
your
Joel.
sheep, and he always picks you.
Okay, continuing on.
That's what's happened.
Can't believe you got rid of Superman. It's
Pretty
ridiculous.
sure you got the last 3, right? Yeah.
You should be sorry.
So are you ready for the
Killed off
final
Superman
4?
for no other reason, just to be contrary.
I'm sorry.
So would you have voted Superman if not to?
I would have, but I was like, I'm going to win this with Jean Grey.
Well, I mean, it was very convincing.
Ridiculous.
Because you think about it, I really think Jean Grey would win, even though Superman's my guy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but that seems to be the power.
I'm just going to kill off Batman for whoever he fights.
Oh, that's rude.
just to bug you.
All right.
Who's he against? Ant-Man? Batman's dead.
Oh.
Who's he against? Mr. Fantastic? Batman's dead.
Have you no integrity?
Who's he against? The Roger Corman for Fantastic Four? Batman's dead.
Michael Chiklis is the Thing?
Batman's dead. Yeah, Batman is dead.
What just happened? Sing it as Eddie Vedder. I know, but it was something happened there.
Yeah, Superman's dead.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah.
You're welcome, ladies.
Good to have a little Our Lady Peace in here, it's 90s throwbacks.
Yeah,
All right.
It was a 90s lunch.
It was. All right. So, speaking of Batman, he's now taking on Professor X.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Joel, don't do this.
Well,
Joel?
Batman is not going to fare well against Professor X because Professor X will get in Batman's head and make him see his parents die like we have over and over and over and over
Is
again.
Joel being sincere right now? I don't even know.
He's just being a jerk.
mocking.
No. I actually thought about this, and Professor X will get in his head, and Batman will not make it. Batman will lose. How would Batman survive an attack by a
What you
telepath?
seem to be forgetting is that Magneto has a helmet which blocks the interference of Professor X. Batman wears a cowl. At times, it's an armored cowl.
Do you guys notice that for any other battle, nobody knows the other person's weaknesses except for Batman, and that's the only way he wins every single time.
Well, really, I mean, if we're
Because
talking
that's what
like
he does.
if we're talking Hulk versus someone, it's just brute strength. Green Lantern has a ring and he just zaps things or makes giant birds. Birds. But Batman, he thinks, and that's why he gets so far. And that's why it's even semi-plausible that next year we're getting Batman v Superman, because really, Superman would crush him like an ant. But you're like, but it's Batman, and Batman's incredible.
He couldn't beat Jean Grey.
Jeez. Joel's just being a jerk.
Superman would win.
So Batman, his cowl would be basically what Magneto is wearing because he is that smart. And then what does Professor X have?
Convince him to
He's
take
got
off
a
his
team
cowl?
back at his school, but he sure can't use them. Batman could throw a batarang at his face
And he would stop
cut it
the
in half.
batarang. He would
I mean,
stop the
it wouldn't
batarang.
take anything. Batman would probably just tip over. He'd push over the yellow chair. Professor X would be useless.
No, because...
And Batman wouldn't kill him. He'd just be like, I feel bad for you, Xavier. And Xavier would be like, I feel bad for me too, Scott.
What accent was that?
It's the cartoon. He's always like, Scott,
Why is he always yelling
Logan?
Scott?
Because he was always crying. Professor X was always crying in the cartoon.
And Batman just sulks.
He's broody.
Yeah.
But I think Batman wins because all it takes is, boom, a helmet.
And then
you're
all
good.
It's ridiculous.
Here's what bugs me right now. Actually,
Okay.
there's really obvious way for Batman to beat Professor X because there's a helmet.
Yeah.
The trouble is there is no obvious way for him to beat the Hulk. There isn't. Nobody.
There is.
There isn't the
What
way.
are you talking
Sleeping dart,
about?
Sleeping gas.
No, that doesn't work
sleeping
on him.
pill.
No.
Yes, it does.
No, they don't.
They make the Hulk sleep all the time.
They
Don't you
do?
remember in Age of Ultron? Go to sleep, and then he says good night at one point because they get him in the Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't really go to sleep though, and
Jake,
he never killed him.
Jake,
at
All
no
you have to do,
point
all
did
you have
he
to do
kill
is touch
him.
his palm and say, "Hey, big fella, sun's riding low in the
That
sky."
doesn't mean he's dead.
But then he calms down, and then he's Bruce Banner.
And
then
as soon as he's tried to be, he's not vulnerable as Bruce Banner. As soon as Bruce Banner has tried to be hurt, or as soon as he's injured in some way, he turns into the Hulk. It's the
Batman's
automatic
not
thing.
injuring him. That's the point. He
What's he
doesn't have to
doing?
injure him.
sedating.
Yeah.
Oh, does he kill him?
No.
This is a
He probably
death match.
I mean, he
probably
could.
could.
He could.
Match.
He probably sedates him, keeps him sedated as Bruce Banner, and then injects some sort of poison into that regard.
And then the Hulk comes out and he lives.
No, he would never wake again. He would be in a lifelong coma.
Yep.
So
Bruce
Batman
Banner would be in a
doesn't win.
coma.
Batman wins. Hey, wasn't that like 6 rounds ago?
1 round ago.
We got people listening to this. They're like, get to the end already.
All right, so who's voting X and Batman?
I go
Professor
Batman.
X. That's the drum roll that Jacob was doing on his microphone.
Oh gosh, that has to be Batman.
Yeah.
Of course it is. You always pick him.
Are we to the finals?
No, we still
not
got
quite.
the next one. It's
Oh,
this one- this
Optimus
one's gonna be
Prime.
easy. Optimus Prime versus Jean Grey. She's going to dismantle him. Jean Grey wins.
Easily.
Jean Grey wins.
How did he make it this far? I'm so mad.
Jean Grey wins.
Optimus?
I'd put Harry Potter versus Optimus Prime.
Well, he had to beat Captain Kirk and Hercules.
His pairings are ridiculous.
it is.
Also, it's kind of unfair to put supernatural beings against natural beings, but that's
Yeah.
It isn't. None of it's
But
fair.
it's battle for the heroes.
Yeah, like I really want
This
Wolverine
is
to
the
kill some
ultimate
people. But
showdown of ultimate history.
yeah.
the only person Wolverine got to kill is Indiana freaking Jones. Nobody else.
It was
And
sad.
it was only sad. Yeah, why can't Wolverine take on Optimus Prime? He'd shred him up.
Oh, yeah, that would have been awesome.
Wait, who
Dang it.
did Wolverine lose against again?
Green Lantern.
Who put this game together?
What kind of moron?
Who keeps arguing the contrary just to make stupid results?
What accent was that?
That was almost Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Almost Woody Allen.
Almost Woody
Hey,
Allen.
Joel, remember when Jean Grey killed Superman? I remember.
She's going to walk to the end zone now because Kent's argument has already been like, no one can defeat her ever because she is all powerful.
Well, maybe.
Well, it's Jean Grey versus Optimus Prime, right?
Yep.
She dismantled him.
She dismantled
We already
him.
said that moved on, so
Yeah.
that one's done. So it's
Then-
Batman versus Jean Grey.
Hey, we're in the finals.
Hold on,
then.
like, seriously, it's Joel, will you do a voice?
What voice?
Let's do movie
Is
voice.
Batman in the
Movie
finals.
voice round, the final round.
It's the final round now. Welcome to the final round of the hero bracket.
I'm excited.
We hope you're playing along at home.
Wait, who's in the final?
In the finals, we have Jean Grey of the X-Men and Batman.
Joel, who are you taking?
Batman's dead. Batman cannot go against Jean Grey. She has complete control of him and all his surroundings. Batman is dead.
I'm going to say Batman wins.
Of course you would. You're a Batman fanboy.
I'm surprised you're saying Batman's dead when you were like didn't like
You
Jean
killed
Grey
off
all
Superman
before.
just so he wouldn't have to face off against Batman because you knew it was going to be Batman versus Superman. You knew that, and so you killed him off.
Well, who would have won it with you if it was Batman versus Superman?
Superman
Easily?
easily,
All right.
unless he finds kryptonite, and that's what everyone says. But that's the only caveat. That's the only way he could get to him.
Well, and Jean Grey didn't even have that.
Nope. So that's why Jean Grey wins. She will disintegrate Batman.
We have to look this up. Jean Grey weaknesses.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, look it up right now. Because I don't think it would be so easy.
Looks
but I
like-
want to find out why.
It's improv actors. Huh, there you go.
And movie critics.
Jean Grey's weakness is improv comedy.
She loves improv comedy. It weakens her. Weaknesses. Initially, Jean's limited power made her vulnerable to a variety of skilled and/or powerful powerful opponents. As Phoenix, her main vulnerability is that if she became emotionally unstable, she would lose control of her powers. However, one must acknowledge that the rage-fueled destruction that followed made her more of a danger to others in the state. What? Oh, it's just saying Wolverine's healing factor proved capable of withstanding.
Oh, in the movie.
attack.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
Blah, 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 blah. But really, there's no weaknesses. Batman's immortal. Not immortal, he's amortal. And he's going down because Jean Grey's going to win this.
Are you okay with that?
You're the one that brought her to the end.
See, I think Batman would make her as crazy as possible. This is a straight up mind game.
Well, what he just said, though, is even if they makes her crazy,
Yeah.
she still kills everyone.
No, she would.
So basically, that's how. This
But here's
game
the thing.
ends.
Here's the
Jean
thing.
Grey supernovas. Everyone dies.
You point the gun.
her.
You point the gun away from you. And I think you would make her as crazy as possible till she was over-exhausted. And you would point her towards the rest of the Milky Way, towards the rest of the planets.
She would supernova.
And she would supernova, but farther away from where Batman was. Because,
right, 'cause
as
he-
we know,
'cause
he
he's
can, get in
able-
the, he can get in the Batwing,
Yeah.
and he can go. He
have
can
a
drop a
nuclear
nuke and get
explosion.
as far away as possible.
Doesn't matter. He's Batman.
get to France.
Doesn't matter how he did it. He's Batman.
I
But
mean,
Batman,
that's canon at this point.
I need
Batman
to
is
see more
going
Jean
down.
Grey action on the screen, I think, now.
You
Like,
should.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome.
Watch the animated series.
No, but he would make her as crazy as possible until she was just expended, because this did happen. And, she kind of falls to the ground, like all crumpled, and she's kind of smoking. And then Batman,
Smoking.
she's smoking because once you're Phoenix,
Yeah.
you need a release.
No. Because, unlike Superman,
Yeah.
the giant flaming pyrotechnic phoenix bird behind her would hurt Batman. She would burn him alive. He stands no chance against her in this regard.
He would just distract her because he has all these. Okay, I'm not going to use them, but I was going to say all of his army of Batbots, basically, where he would just be like,
Is he
send him out
Iron
over
Man?
here. No, he really does, though, in the comics.
So
It's basically a policing force.
Okay.
Everything Iron Man is was once
did
from
he-
Batman, let's
and
be
then
honest.
he created one giant police force and turned it into Ultron, and then it went against him, and
Well, probably written better, hopefully.
Probably.
But I want to say he just distracts her until she's exhausted.
tapped her
and
on
then,
the shoulder. Hey, I'm over here. Oh, tapped her on the
and then
other
when
shoulder. I'm over here.
she's just, it seems like she's just given up. He just walks up to her and he goes, "Time to break my rule," and breaks her neck.
Except he's just amazing. So he's not quite strong enough.
Or like the animated series, he throws her off a roller coaster 300 feet down into the water.
But it's a thing. If he tried to break her necks, because she has more than one, as the Phoenix and Dark Phoenix and Jean Grey, then she would just reincarnate, and the Phoenix would rise from the ashes and destroy him, no matter what. He cannot destroy Jean Grey. You opened this Pandora's box, Kent. You brought her to the end.
He can destroy Jean Grey. He can't destroy the Phoenix. The Phoenix is a sentient... I
thought they were the same one, like 2 arguments ago.
Dude.
2 arguments ago, you were saying it's the same. It's all.
Yeah, but I need to win this argument now, Joel.
As long as we're agreeing, that's what you're doing.
All right, are you guys...
I'm saying the universe is destroyed, but Batman wins.
Hold on. I want to do something.
Okay.
I just want to pull up Jean Grey's superpowers and Batman's abilities. So here we have...
Okay, so for the listeners, Joel is about to describe how much he does not like Batman because he's not as super strong as anyone else. Even though he's made it this far, like seriously, on his own.
Jacob, may I have the floor? I would like to just read to you, if I may, Your Honor, I would like to read to you a list of facts. These are facts. This is not my opinion. These are facts.
Proceed, counsel.
Batman abilities. Genius level intellect. Peak human physical and mental condition. Master martial artist and hand-to-hand combatant. Master detective. Utilizes high-tech equipment and weapons. There is a list of his abilities. I count at this time, Your Honor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abilities. Jean Grey. Abilities. Telekinesis, telepathy, astral projection, mind reading and control, memory alteration and erasure, psionic blast.
Oh, I love erasure.
And me too. Don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no.
So,
matter and energy manipulation, time manipulation, space travel, cosmic fire, disintegration energy, resurrection from death, and manipulation of energy in others.
Joel, I'm really glad you read those, and I'll tell you why. Because that was literally, Batman keeps a record on anyone that has superpowers, and he is reading those on his computer, and he knows everything about her, which means he can exploit any weakness that she may have.
You're right, because if he knows what cosmic fire is, he's like, yeah, I could defeat that.
And he'll
look it up on Wikipedia.
He'll just put some red glasses on, some big red glasses, and be like, Jean, it's me, Scott. Jean, please. And she'll be like, wait, I'm so confused.
So Batman had 5 abilities, Your Honor. Jean Grey, 12.
Again, I think like Joel said, you created this monster.
You brought her to the end. Superman was the only one that could have defeated her.
Yeah. So you definitely created this monster. And now we pulled up her abilities, and dang if they're not seriously impressive. Like,
right?
Yeah.
I mean they are.
Batman is, good at Googling.
oh, come on.
That's
very rich.
That's what he has. Very rich. Good at Googling.
Genius level intellect, and he's a ninja.
Human abilities. Human. She is superhuman.
So here's the surprise I didn't tell you guys, which actually I'm not sure is as interesting now, but originally the winner of this was going to fight a mystery challenger.
Do we really want to stretch this episode on longer?
But now I'm not so sure anyway. But I think this is going to have to go Jean Grey.
Yes!
Honestly, Joel, I just wanted to try to give Batman a shot. He needed it.
If you wanted a shot, you should have let Superman come to the end.
Well, Jean Grey, I think even you reading those things, I think she would have beat Superman.
So the winner, and this is a shout out to Mark, the winner gets to fight Godzilla. That's the greatest, biggest lizard hero.
Yeah, Jean Grey wins.
I wish Batman got to fight Godzilla.
That would have been a good match, but you brought Jean Grey to the end.
I try to make Batman win.
You knew what she was when you picked her up.
So Godzilla?
Yeah, Godzilla.
But we're not going to battle
I think
that.
She beats Godzilla.
I think we need to declare the winner and end the episode.
She would beat Godzilla, but it would be off camera because, they don't want to show Godzilla too much. Because all he can do is breathe blue fire.
So here's a question, though. Anyone eliminated that could beat Jean Grey?
Superman.
She already beat him one-on-one.
Yeah, she already beat him. He's off the table now.
Scott Summers.
Scott Summers.
Well, Wolverine or Scott Summers.
I'd say Professor X is probably the closest, right?
He probably could have, too.
No, he was destroyed.
He was, but I think even he didn't want to destroy her.
Even in the cartoon.
Only reason he didn't.
No, he has way too much control, and he basically... She can outmind him. Which is, I just made that up.
Outmind.
But she can outmind him. I think Cyclops is the only one that can beat her.
Or Wolverine.
And because love is her weakness.
Or Wolverine.
Well,
yeah,
if you want to go that way. But honestly, after Days of Future Past, the last stand never happened. So
True.
All right, well, I guess that is our
That's a marathon.
end of our hero.
We are declaring Jean Grey as the ultimate winner in the hero bracket.
As far as deathmatch goes.
As far
I
as deathmatch
feel like
goes.
that's great, right?
It makes sense. I'm actually kind of terrified, should a Jean Grey ever arise, that we'll have no way of defeating her.
Yeah. Except unless we have to, bring Cyclops back to life.
They bring all
Did he
of the
die in the
heroes.
first round?
Or improv comedy.
Her other weakness.
Yeah, Joel, maybe you should call some of your friends to bring some of that.
My friends at Quick Wits, where you can catch me every weekend.
Oh, man.
Almost every weekend. Occasional weekends. At the Midville Performing Arts Center.
Try to go see Joel occasionally.
Yeah, I'll be there. If you follow Quick Wits on Facebook, you'll see when I'm playing. But
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also found at 786Joel on Twitter.
Yeah. You can go to see my movie reviews, ShowtimeShowdown.com. I am on Twitter and Instagram. Do not send your hate mail at Kenny3DD.
You know what you do.
Do send your hate mail. And I am at Jacob A. Rogers. Now, everyone, go on to our Facebook page, or I think we'll probably link this on Twitter as well, maybe even baconsale.com. And you can look at the bracket, tell us how it should have looked, fill out your own, leave us some comments, tell us all about whatever we messed up with Jean Grey. And any ideas you have on characters we left out or villains you would like to see in a different match, supposing that you end up liking. If you want to see this again, tell us about that and the villains you'd like to see. If not, then.
And also, please rate us and review us on iTunes. We love to see your reviews. And we'd like to hear from you on any of our formats at baconsale.com or on Twitter or on Facebook.
So until next time, this is Baconsale.
You guys ready?
Sort of. I want more Baconsale.
More Baconsale.
You're worried that I may become Kenny D.
Or Yoda took advantage of that old man.
Scott! Scott!
Nice try, bub. And then stab. Well, Spider-Man's pretty attractive. And Shikamoticon, because we agree. We're a good time. Do you know how many times Dracula has been killed in the history of Dracula?
Yeah, pretty much everyone's killed Dracula now.
What a terrible night to have a curse.
So Kevin Sorbo's good by me.
Boo.
Boo. Boo.
Ma.
Boo.
Ma. Family friendly. Young man. Kenny D is making an appearance.
Green Lantern is making it far.
Much farther than I anticipated.
I'm sad about that, though.
Sorry.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. Here's the
Bring
next
me your
matchup.
mutated children.
No, not yellow.
Okay, so
Yeah, Batman is dead.
You're welcome, ladies.
you're just being sexist. Physically, you're both just like faceless blobs.
Yeah, Mark.